she can pick them. And she can look at them all she want to. But I'm not gonna get one before I'm ready. Right. Hey, before I know we're ready to
when y'all was doing that, right? Because females got a way of throwing slick shots in there, like, man, you know what? All right, whatever.
Yeah, always.
You say you ain't ready, whatever. All right. Well, why we can't do this? Why we can't do this? In the back of your mind, did it ever get to you to like make you feel any kind of like stress to hurry up the process?
Negative.
Or whatever.
Not at all.
Negative.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
No. Because I had a time.
Right.
I had a time. I had a budget, and I pretty much knew what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it.
And I can be. Bria was sitting. She was sitting on over here, and there was in his budget. I said, I think we went a couple of months. I said, Bria, I said, Ron budget is this, and he ain't budging. Right. And here I go again. But Bria, I'm still talking.
I had some support.
She don't always have his back.
I had some support.
So I said, but Bria, this house is only $3,500 or $5,000 more. So Bria would look at it, you know what I mean? So then I got to this other house. I never forget that price house. And she was sitting over here. She said, well, you got to think of it this way. What if something happened to Ron and you have to be able to pay the mortgage? You know, you got to look at something where anything ever, God forbid, that I can handle it too. Because I wouldn't be that kind of parent to leave a debt on my children. Right. You know, because I listen to some people sometimes, and they want their adult children to take care of them now, and that's not. I'm not that parent. You know, so I said. So I found myself got mad at Bria for about 5 minutes. I said, well, you got a point there.
She talking about it anyway.
Yeah, because I looked at
always talking about, she always supporting you. I don't know why she always supporting you.
I said, and I just looked at the house. It was huge. And we was talking about the utility bill and all that stuff. I was like, okay, fine. So then I think eventually I started getting really frustrated. I was like, forget it.
Then look what happened.
I got up.
When we finally found our house. When we found the house hadn't been on the market. It hadn't been on the market 15, 20 minutes.
Yep, nice.
And the thing is, it's a real nice house. We made an offer on the house, went to see the house. The realtor that we worked with said, this had to be God, because I have never, she said, in the 20 years of selling houses, I have never gone from making an offer to closing this fast.
Wow.
Right.
She said, never have I ever gone through making an offer to closing this fast. And not only that, you got everything you asked for.
Right.
Yep.
Everything I told the sellers that I needed and that I wanted, they gave it to me.
And then you got money back at closing.
At closing, I got money back.
Right.
So,
we was like really praising, giving God all the glory.
Exactly.
And see, and that's what I say. She can see things. The vision was the house. We both had the vision. She was working the vision by looking on the computer, but she was bringing me into the. She was bringing me into looking at that computer, which I wasn't going to do till I was ready. You know, and I would just go over there to appease her. Because you can't let the enemy get involved, because where there's confusion, God won't be nowhere in the mix.
Nowhere.
So I would go over there just to keep it down.
Right.
And even though she would say, you ain't even looking, she right.
Right.
But I ain't answer that question.
Right.
I stayed with what I was doing. And sometimes, you know, being a leader, stand your ground.
Right.
So now we
if
have
you
a
know
house.
that's what God put on your heart to do.
Stand
your ground.
Right.
Don't let, because nothing will budge him.
Because my
I don't care if I was mad for 3 days in a row.
My budget, the time that I said I was going to get it.
And then the budget he had, and then we ended up getting the house, what, 18 or 19,000 cheaper?
It was like $10,000.
$10,000 cheaper.
$10,000 cheaper. just imagine if y'all, when he said it was only 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
50.
It was
I
only-
had got up.
20.
I said, that's
it
it.
was on the market.
I said, 'cause this guy ain't even going over $500, Bria.
Right.
I said, that's it. So I got up. I'm not lying. I went to the bathroom. I came back. I let the screen was still up. And when I hit, like, you know, on my back, he said,
Brayden, get over here.
And I tell you this,
Brayden, get up.
But anyway.
15 minutes, but she had bugged me about looking at that computer so much
Okay.
that I said, I'm not buying a house with this woman.
For real?
This one about drive me crazy. I ain't buying no house.
Right.
But it was just words.
Right,
You know,
right.
and I knew they were just words. Cause she was bugging me.
Right,
That's
right.
it's time.
You had to like keep that like self-control.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
But see, he said we had the thing of 5 years, and then he said, I'm waiting till my time. 3 months. He kept saying, I saw it, and it still happened
Right.
on the 5th year, though. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It still happened, regardless of me telling him to come over there to the computer,
Right.
It still happened within that time frame. Although he wasn't budging, but I had the vision.
Do you think you was like subliminally pushing him to make it happen?
Oh, not to make it happen. I wanted
Or
him
like-
to. I didn't want. I think what we was. I didn't want to make the decision of whichever house it was,
Right.
because we didn't want nothing with the open kitchen at that time.
You didn't want to open kitchen.
Yeah, I didn't want an open kitchen. It was me. I didn't want to. And I knew I wanted him to have his own when he wanted to get away part of the house.
Right.
And then I wanted something open where, you know, grandkids can come over and have a good time. And we didn't want to be them type of grandparents where you can't sit here, you can't touch this
Can't
here,
run
you
here.
can't go here, you
Right.
can't, you know, just.
It's
You know,
grandma's house.
Just
Grandma and Papa house.
grandma and papa house.
Right.
We want you to be able to come,
Right.
come
Let
on,
the kids play.
let the kids play. You
Right.
know. So anybody, if you ever want your kids to come over, we let them jump from the roof and everything. They'll be all right. They'll be okay. They're
It would be
kids.
alright, right?
They're
Kids gonna be kids.
Yeah, that's because I was like that when y'all was younger. I was real careful. If I went to visit somebody's house and I saw just a look on their face or like y'all were gonna touch something or whatever, y'all have a good day.
Right.
Because my kids can do this at home.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, because I look at it as material stuff.
It's different. Right. It's
Exactly.
different. Like we talked about it before. It's like the difference in how we raise how we raise ours in here versus going to somebody else's house. You know what I'm
They
saying?
know how
Like,
to act.
that's it.
Yeah.
You
they
know, I think
mhm.
teaching them like, all right, you can have the home training. We're gonna teach you the home training and all that, but just because you go to somebody else's house, they might not do the same things we do.
Right.
Right.
So
You know
just
what I'm saying?
right, exactly.
You
Like
come-
I'm like,
You
wait a
come to
minute.
grandmama and granddaddy house.
Yeah, why you in the refrigerator to bring me something to drink?
The way I grew up at my grandmama's house, we could do whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we wrestled.
People closing up kitchens.
We
and,
had did everything. Diving across the chairs,
Uh-huh.
turning flips across the chairs. We did it all.
And Caden and Zeke, what Kelsey said the other day, said they want to come back. You come again.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
come back.
come and spend a night again. You want kids to
They
Like-
want to go to grandma's house.
right.
You don't want to feel like, all right, it's a threat to. Well, we be like, man, you know what? We're gonna take you to your grandma's house. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We ain't never had that kind of.
Never had
we
it.
never had that.
Never had
growing up
that.
either though. That
Because
type
I
of
didn't
thing.
have y'all around a lot. I didn't let y'all spend a night with a lot of people. I mean, it was of course cousin Frida, PD, you know, Zach and all them would come over, but all the boys were always at our house. You know, my door was always left open for the kids to come there. You know, it was just something about y'all. And if it wasn't with your dad going to Boston every summer, it was only I knew you're gonna be with Frida, somebody like that. Or is that new? It won't. I'm telling you, it wasn't a lot of kids y'all spent the night with,
Exactly.
and I just didn't. We didn't do it a lot
Right.
when I was coming up. My mother's door was always open for girls to
Yeah.
come hang out. So, and then I watched how me and Rosalind homes were like that. Door was always open.
Right.
So I don't know. I just like we told our cousin Kim that time when the kids came when they was
Let them
younger.
play.
Oh yeah. I
Let 'em
remember.
Let them
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, let them know.
So I'm like,
And
If they break something in your house, who responsible for it?
You, because you remember you had to bounce a computer when he broke one.
See?
But
they want
I
to
didn't
play
buy my
them.
picture
They
frame.
want to play
I
them.
went and bought a picture frame.
What picture frame?
He bought my big picture. He broke my big picture frame. Remember,
I ain't know
remember
nothing
he
about no
knocked
big
him off the
picture
wall?
frame.
Yeah, he had that bat, that plastic bat with that big plastic ball.
He been swinging since he
Yeah,
was
he been
one.
swinging that bat.
You
Right
broke
over there.
a picture frame?
He broke both of them. he was standing by the door. Hit the one there first. And then
You
about
probably-
3 weeks later, he hit the one that was hanging there.
Ron, he
But
probably
it
was wishing
was
Braden
okay.
was around to hit that computer
See,
monitor
it
when I was
was okay.
living in houses.
I replaced him.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when Kaden came to the house where we live in now and cracked the blinds,
He
first thing I told my wife, why you worried about it?
Right.
I'm going to replace them.
Right.
They're going to be replaced.
Right.
Let
And
these
I knew he was
kids play.
going to. I knew he was going to
Right.
replace it, but it was one. I said, there's one panel missing from the window, from the front of the road. You got to replace it now.
Yeah.
Let them play.
But it was,
Let them play.
but it was a snap in. You know, it wasn't
Right.
nothing major.
I don't care about the kids playing. If they, as long as they playing.
Right.
What I worry about in a kid is if they're not playing.
Right.
That's
They're just sitting
right.
there.
What I tell you, I said when your children start crying real bad, when you about to take them to somebody's house,
It's for a reason.
hey, you need to check into that.
Right.
You know, when y'all pull up in the driveway, he jumping out the car before the car is even in park. So that should tell you something. And
Right.
Zeke and Kaden do the same
Jump out
thing.
the car, run up. Kaden, 8 years old, she'll run up and jump in my arms. Like, remember, y'all don't remember the Flintstones.
They would. I
But
would.
Dino on the Flintstone used to jump in Fred arms, run full speed and jump in his arms.
That's how it
and
is.
knock him down. That's about what she do to me.
For real?
That's
Yeah.
it. And she looked
Every
for
time.
her, and she looked for the jar of mints because she loved the mints. So that's what we just make sure, although they don't come often, but we're gonna make sure what each one of them like is there.
It's there.
Right. Right.
And
You know,
Zeke
it's there,
cried
and you.
not
Right.
to go home.
Yeah.
How that make y'all feel when knowing that they cry when they get ready to leave?
It made me
I
feel
try
good.
to.
It made me
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah, his
'cause
chest all
I say,
poke out.
They my
Yeah.
babies.
It's
Right.
just all
My
fun.
babies, they don't want to leave. And I mean, their mom and dad would be
Right.
taking them home and they still be crying.
Right.
Yeah.
Do the feelings be like, cause y'all got grandkids now,
I
right?
know.
But being grandparents,
We gotta get our.
how do it
kids.
feel compared to your own kids?
Oh, they can do no wrong. You know, Braden, they're angels.
Yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing.
She always saying to them.
They do no
This the
wrong.
thing. This the thing.
They do no wrong in my.
Nah,
They do. No
it's
wrong.
our job. It's our job.
Uh-huh.
Say it again, baby.
Spoil them.
Yes, baby.
And
Let
send
them
them at
get what they
home.
want. And it's your job to straighten them out.
See, that's my story. How in the world? And as soon as they do the same, as soon as they come through the house, they do the same thing they just left from doing.
It's your job to straighten them out.
I told you, Braden FaceTimed me the other night with a whole mask on. My mama, and my daddy and Nissa, they both got me sick. I said, okay, I'm coming. I ain't gonna get over here. First of all, you got on the mask and you got a cold, so I'm not coming.
And
The
that's
first
the way I
time
look at
this
it.
didn't get it.
My grandmama and granddaddy
But the whole
they
point
used to
of
spoil us.
Right.
and you know what grandma did? What she said, cook for us all the time.
Right. Right.
I mean, Travis did no wrong in her eyes. I mean, she could be down to a 4 ounce of
See,
orange
that
juice
was
in her refrigerator.
Exactly. I see
Grandma, you ain't thirsty, right?
I see it. Right.
Right?
Last water in the refrigerator.
Leave it alone.
Last water, last little sip. Knowing she
Right.
was saving that for something. He
I
gonna
don't know.
drink.
It's just something about kids. You just don't, you know. I don't know.
Did y'all have to worry about like the trust issues back then compared to like nowadays with kids?
What do you mean, trust?
Like, of course, you just said about like having us over to it was only a select few,
Certain
right?
Select few that I could trust.
Yeah.
Frida was my
that's what
cousin.
did
I
with
knew
my
her.
kids, too.
Yeah.
Right,
Everybody can't keep
right.
their kids.
Kids.
What was
Some
the
family
main?
can't
What was the
keep
main
mine.
reason? What was one of the reasons why you wouldn't let your kids stay with somebody?
Because I didn't know if I didn't know them, if I didn't really know them, nah, because I mean
Or
back
watch how they
then
live
it
their
was,
lives.
I mean, by touching your kids in the wrong way. One, you didn't want the child to go through that. Two, I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in prison.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, bottom line,
I'm just being honest.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in prison because I knew that's what would have happened.
Right.
So in order to take that out of the equation, to eliminate that,
Yeah.
nah, my babies ain't going to stay with me.
Right. And you got girls. You see, my mom had all boys.
Yeah.
Still,
You
things
got
happen
girl.
with boys
You
too.
right.
Things
You right.
happen with boys.
Yeah.
That's why when you guys used to go to Boston every summer, I'm like, Lord, I hope Tony just had the same girlfriend this summer.
Tell him about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm sorry.
more-
But no, he was a good father. But
It's more expected with girls.
girls,
than it is.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I just,
And you know, and that's why I was so protective.
Right.
And one time I mistakenly left my gun in the diaper bag
Right.
and dropped my baby off to the daycare
Let them know.
with my gun in the bag.
Right.
with that campus,
What they say wrong?
And she,
love
and the
kills
lady
you,
called
Dad.
me, and we had a private daycare.
Right.
So she called me and she said, "Mr. Jones, did you leave something in the diaper bag?"
Right.
I said, "Yes, ma'am, I meant to, but I got another one."
What you was a mistake for real.
Yeah,
Right,
I got another one. I just
Always
don't want,
said, don't
I don't
touch
want nothing to happen to my baby,
Mm-hmm.
but I want you to know I got another one.
Right.
You know.
For sure.
But then I just went over there and we laughed and talked about it because this lady was saved.
Yeah.
But I still didn't really
Right.
know her family.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
Right.
but you come to find out, this lady taught my baby Spanish. I mean, you know,
Right.
she,
Yeah.
you know, she was real good.
Yeah.
Be hungry tonight.
And you would have been, thank God you're grown and you've been
I'm
hungry
telling
under
you.
his watch.
We would have had it.
You
You
would
know.
have been hungry.
What?
But you do that to Brady now.
Hey, y'all, what's the countryest food you like that your mama done made or your grandma done made or something that you ain't never? What's the countryest thing? Cause I just recently found out that people eat the balls of a pig.
I not me.
Not me. I don't even.
We ain't do that.
I don't even like the pig. I don't like the
This is
truck
country
down
with
with
a
the
pig.
pig.
We ain't do that.
For real.
I seen a guy take a pig head and bite the nose and pull the eye out and eat it. We didn't
on.
do that, but that was here.
Right.
We didn't do that. Now,
And then I used to tell Anthony and Darius and Travis, say nobody. And that I was never putting my mother down, never putting my sister down, never putting their daddy down. I mean, because Tony was good to him. I used to always tell them, nobody is going to be me.
Get that right.
Right. You only
Nobody.
get
So
one.
if anything ever, nobody's going to know that you don't like milk and cheese. Nobody's going to know that I don't care who you are. Darius is going to smell your food before he eat it. And his food cannot touch. I don't care who you are. Travis doesn't like tomatoes. And his stuff have to be separate. You know? So I know that all that grandma, what mama used to say, be like, y'all better hope your mother live a long time, because I'm not cooking 3 and 4
Straight
different
up.
meals. Remember?
Yeah, so it is.
She said, I'm not doing it.
Right.
But
I wouldn't done it either.
Ron, let's talk about oh,
We said we had too much going on, man.
You want to fair down?
Tell you like my mama used to tell me,
Whoever you cook, you gonna eat.
eat what's on the table.
And that's what I'm
Oh Lord,
saying.
and you, Ron got a friend to eat
The
turtles.
thing, yeah, I got a buddy of mine. I got a real good friend of mine.
I see a turtle now, but Ron, your
That eat
friend, see that
turtles.
turtle, he'll pick
So
him
he
up.
gotta
won't
cook
he?
it.
He eat turtles. He clean it out, catch it, clean it out, keep it.
And that's
clean it out
country to me.
for a couple of weeks.
How you even catch a turtle though?
It ain't. I
Crossing
guess
the
it ain't
road.
hard to do. But there's a lot of folks
You
from
can-
North
they don't move
Carolina.
fast.
There's a lot of folks
Yeah,
from
like
North
a rabbit.
Carolina that eat turtles.
I picture them in the
rabbit.
water. I picture them in the water. That's why that's in my mind. I forgot all about them.
Some of them even get on the fishing line.
I ain't
But
never
there's a
caught
lot of
one.
them. There's a lot of people from North Carolina
Mm-hmm.
that eat turtles.
Yeah.
Turtles, man.
Yeah.
I had them.
I haven't met one from where I'm from
Right.
to eat a turtle. Matter of fact, back then the worst meal I had ever eaten was spinach. I never liked
Oh, I
spinach.
love spinach. It's good, Ron.
Never liked spinach.
To this day or no?
It's
I don't
good.
eat spinach
It's
today.
good for you.
For
Ron, you know
man.
the most
And
vegetables
you
he
grew up
ever.
with Popeye.
He never.
Look, I couldn't stand spinach.
He just
Oh,
started eating
man,
vegetables when
what?
we got
I
together.
mean, but cabbage and collard greens.
Would you eat kale? That's basically about the same thing.
I eat cabbage and collard greens, turnip greens.
Kale good, man.
Okay.
The way he make it. The way he make it. The way he
Okay,
make it.
Okay. Okay.
I'll make it for you one day, man.
Ron, you would think it's collard greens.
Okay.
And right, you think it's collard
It
greens.
tastes identical.
So what do you think you learned in your adult life now from your childhood being raised by a single mother? You had a father, you had
what?
a dad.
I think it's like a gift and a curse, for real. Cause it's some things like when I did with her, it's like I would expect you to do, you know what I'm saying? Because like not expect you to do like cook, clean, whatever, but like not complain about doing something. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when it happens, it's like I get disconnected real fast. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would
I know,
actually
but there's a
be.
difference. There's a difference. She got two full of energy,
Right.
but she have her husband here with her.
Mm-hmm.
You can never compare
Right.
your wife
Mm-hmm.
to your mother.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
That's what
You
I.
can
That's
never
what
do
it was.
that.
That's what the struggle was.
yeah, you can't.
That's what
never,
the struggle was.
I had to do what I had to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had to get up and still go sick and all to
Mm-hmm.
work, and I just had to do it.
Right.
I try not to complain. If I had bad days or bad moments, I would cry to myself, but you
Right.
guys would never see it. I had to make sure y'all was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, it's just different.
I think it was the making it happen part. You know what I'm saying? Making it happen.
yeah, because women can make it happen.
Right.
We can think of ways to make it happen.
And I think that even like I know she'll make it happen, but I think it made me make it like whatever it is we do, it would make me make it happen. Whatever it is, like now I'm not gonna do something, especially if I don't feel like I can afford to do it or
Right.
I don't care now.
Okay, that's totally
But-
Ron Jones about
See,
to be real daddy.
this is the
Before
thing.
it,
That's
See,
real.
when a woman is out surviving,
Mhm.
she make it happen. When she's in that survival
Yeah,
mode.
gotta survive.
But guess what? When a woman get married, it's the husband's job that she don't have to be in that position to say, I got to make it happen. Because guess what? Make it happen. You make it happen.
right,
I
But
make
we
it
still
happen.
a helpmate.
But we can make it happen together.
right.
But as far as taking it all upon your shoulders, saying, I gotta make it happen. No, you don't.
Woo, God knows. Ooh, child.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Thank you.